Hello, Miss P's 4th period class. My name is Mr. Biscari, and today I'm going to be interviewing the man responsible for Harper's Ferry and the deaths of people at Potawatomi Creek. His name is Mr. John Brown. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. How are you today?
Doing all right. How about you?
Doing all right.
Pretty good.
I'm actually kind of dead.
Well, speaking of dead, your attitude seems kind of dead. Ha! Knee slapper. You should probably be laughing right now. Anyway. Sorry. Anyway. So, tell us about yourself, Mr. John Brown. Where are you from?
Well, I'm from a small place called Torrington, Connecticut, and I was born on a warm summer day on May 9th, 1800.
Nice. What was your occupation? What was your job?
Well, I didn't really find anything that interested me in life, and the one thing that's always driven me is fighting against slavery and fighting against the evils of slavery. And so I became an abolitionist.
Nice. What I mentioned before, you came into our interviewing room. You were responsible for the 5 deaths of the 5 pro-slavery people. So why'd you kill them?
Well, me and a bunch of my abolitionist friends were really riled up about being anti-slavery and stuff. And so, well, after a while we just raided Potawatomi Creek and we found 5 of them and we killed them.
All right. You're not going to kill anybody today, are you?
No, not at all.
Okay, so, Mr. Officer, you can sit down, please. We don't have to worry about you. Thank you. Anyway, now what about Harper's Ferry?
Well, Harper's Ferry was the first step in the greater war against slavery for me and my followers. Me and 21 of my followers, 7 of them were actually slaves, went to Harper's Ferry and seized it, because Harper's Ferry is a federal arsenal. We were going to take the guns and arm the slaves that were there so that we could start a slave revolt and free all the slaves.
Nice. Were you ever captured, or, my bad, how did your plan go?
Well, it started out going really well, except we didn't really plan our exit, and so we were kind of trapped at Harper's Ferry once the federal troops got there.
Looks like, ladies and gentlemen, that was some poor execution. Don't laugh at that one, that was terrible. Anyway, so, who captured you?
Well, he was a very young, very astute colonel, and, well, y'all may have heard of him. His name was Robert E. Lee. This was before he was General Robert E. Lee of the Confederate States of America. He was a colonel in the United States Army, actually.
Oh, I just thought he was a general at heart. Anyway, well, so how'd you die? Were you executed?
Well, yes, I was. After I was captured by Robert E. Lee, they put me on trial for treason against the state of Virginia. And after finding me guilty, they executed me by hanging. As you can see, it worked really well.
Looks like he won't be hanging around anymore. Well, anyway, Mr. Brown, is there anything else you want to tell us about yourself?
Well, just to my fellow abolitionists out there, is that there are a few things that you can do against abolition, and peaceful ways are not the way to go, because everybody can talk about doing things, but you have to take action first.
I'm terribly sorry, sir.
Were you listening?
Yes, sir. I was listening with my ears and not my face. So, would one say that you are a very radical person? Now, before you talk, we're not talking about radical dude, like surfer bros dudes. We're not talking about those radical people. We're talking about, like, someone steals your lunch, I'm going to kill the guy that stole my lunch. That's the radical we're talking about. So tell us, why would you want to be radical and not peaceful?
Well, actually, I brought a picture that kind of describes our heroism. and the actions that we took against slavery. It's a very fine picture of us at Harper's Ferry.
I can't see the picture from the back. It's blurred out.
It's very nice. You can hold on to it if you like.
Oh wow, this is very intriguing.
I look very nice in this picture, actually. It's one of my personal favorites.
Well, it kind of just, I don't know. It looks like, it doesn't look like you're happy. Are you thinking are you trying to conspire with me?
No, I mean, we were kind of trapped. I mean, we were stuck there for about 36 hours in Harper's Ferry Arsenal. And, I mean, I kind of figured that it was the end, but luckily I'd planned for it, and I already had my next generation plotted out. I actually had 20 kids.
What? 20 kids?
20 kids, and only 11 of them actually survived to adulthood, though, so sad day.
Well, Mr. Brown, Harper's Ferry did seem a little bit bloody, and it didn't naturally go well for you and your men. Now, where all did you go to go recruit men for this journey?
Well, I really didn't have to go anywhere. Being a man from the North is that there were people all around who opposed slavery and thought that slavery was wrong, because deep down we all know that slavery is wrong. And so, yeah, I didn't really have to look too hard, but I found 21 men. 21 men that came with me.
21 men. Well, sir, it was an honor to meet you today.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay. Well, Mr. Brown, it was an honor to meet you. I'm glad to have met you and learned about your life.
Thank you for letting me come on the show.
Miss Peace class, please say bye to Mr. Brown. We'll see you later. All right, everybody. We'll get back to the classroom in a couple minutes. Thank you. Goodbye.